Call meeting to order. Oh, it's over there. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call members.
All right, attendance roll call. Chairperson Gary Ross.
Here.
Vice Chairpersons Shelley Schmelzley.
Here.
Lauren Smithers.
Here.
John Carroll.
Here.
Mark Buckeye. Not here yet, he's coming. Barbara Bosworth Peterson.
Yeah.
Samir Zugay. Board Liaison Amy Dobbs.
Approval of the agenda.
I wasn't here, so I shouldn't approve it.
The agenda's for today.
Oh, I approve that one. I approve that one.
We got a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Approval of the minutes from April 28, 2025.
That's the one you can see.
I know.
I think the minutes should reflect the fact that down here we talk about the parts and everything that Jeff walked out of the meeting. I think that needs to be documented in the minutes. About what?
Is he doing that, or
We got to vote on the change of
bringing it
minutes.
up for a motion, or?
Well, I'm bringing it up to amend the
The minutes.
minutes to that.
I wasn't here, so I was supposed to.
I move that we approve the minutes as read with an addition of what Gary said about Jeff leaving the meeting.
I have a motion.
A second.
Motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Corey, you're up. Good evening.
All right, so we've been busy here lately with the parks. First of all, we fixed the playground equipment, Peak Park. The water, of course, it's been flooded several times. The slide has settled. We jacked it back up and put some rivets in there that should have been there to help keep the ramp up the whole time. We cleaned up Pinkley Park, all the way over 50 loads of debris. I mean, you've seen it around the creek, but when you walk up to it, like some of us just wasn't 2 foot up. We were 10 foot plus sometimes. We spend a lot of time down there. Nice Breeze Park has been cleaned up. Mulch, wood chips, signs, the handicap parking sign, striping, along with Pinkley Park. We put the wood chips in there. Actually, yeah, looks really good down there. We put new signs at the skate park. I think there's only one on the 4th Street side, but we put new signs on right there at the concrete itself, so that way the skate park rules on what I've been told. That was an insurance deal where they had to be posted that way if somebody would get hurt. They were, aware they were. Yeah. New trash signs, I think, Gary pitch in, help us, trash signs, or something like that. They were help us pitch in or something. They're more on order than the ones we got down there. They are faded, but new ones are ordered. So we put up, I think they'll be up at Valley Springs and Pinkley Park. I don't know if there's ever any up here, but if we need to get some.
Yeah, I don't know if it will.
I don't think so, and I don't think they were at Valley Springs. I think we're gonna add one just to maybe even at the entrance, just that way people,
I know this doesn't matter one way or the other, but are they just like the old ones? Because the old ones were so old school. It was really cool. It was still from that pigeon logo that they did back in the 70s. Is it the same thing?
I think that's still on most of it.
that's
Okay.
there's that. They're reflective now. If you want to draw something up, let me know. Trash cans, probably 9% painted from the barn red to the black. And like I said, Jeff said one that Betty filled it down earlier, so we swapped out. But we got
Yeah, that usually is kind of swap back and forth.
yeah, that's what we
Between
do.
tennis field and soccer field.
Yeah, and I honestly, I expect to rain all day today, so I just pull them out and, yeah, no thing here yet.
But you can keep it in Berryville. You can keep that rain in Berryville.
And 20 else, I can do you guys justice here. Little shed down the soccer field's pressure washer, which I think we should look into that because we don't even own that.
I was gonna say, I don't think
It's valid. It's valid. We don't even have a key for it. So just something we can look into, but yeah.
Somebody ask? Somebody ask?
I mean, I think it's soccer's, I mean, it's all about the soccer thing.
Which is I'm pretty sure all Valley anymore. But yeah, I'll answer if you want to. Appreciate you.
I've been so far removed from like the grade school soccer stuff that I didn't think the shed was still down there.
Still there. Like I said, I think it's Valley. Don't quote me on
I'm
that.
sure it is. I'll ask.
We had a big tree go down last month during the storm. And,
Was that hollow? Was it hollow?
for the most part, when you got down to the bottom, it was solid. But yes, it was good, yeah. We got everything but probably 6 foot cleaned up. I've been sat there for a couple weeks, but just the rain has just been a nightmare if we tracked through it. And
It wasn't in the way.
right, I think, and we took it off with temporary stop sign at Bovary and Matthews, and next day we put a regular stop sign back up. I'm waiting on getting materials and bringing some loaded dirt for the new playground, and that will also finish up there, but once again, just waiting on the weather. Yes. Let's see. Parts order fixed Valley Spring, the drainage ditch over there where, on the inroad side where it always rains and them 2 pipes are there. I ordered an inlet box and we're going to put it's probably being 12 to 14. It's in my notes, I don't know, but everything will take there and just be underneath the trail. So there will be no washouts, hopefully, anymore. Several things, the dog park been addressed. The tower been put up, we're going to pull a couple because, and they just, the water's pushed them out, but there's no stability to them along with the pole, so get them pulled out and we'll re-dig and everything. Let's see. The Valley Springs Park deck. The lower upper bridge.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
The second one back.
Yes. Yes, that is coming out. We're looking, hopefully, them runners can work for the upper bridge and telephone poles that brought it out and it's settled. We got it ready for Valley on Friday, but yeah, it needs to be replaced. But then things have been, I don't know when that park was, it's been years since Mr. Roth did that. So yeah, hopefully we can just transport that bridge up.
What about that main bridge? Was that a scout project? You know, the main bridge is
No.
in there? Or is that,
The two down, but well, the one, when you, And the bottom, the first one you crossed was the Scout project.
What about the main one up?
No, that was built when the park was built.
Yeah, that was Wall, Ross Wall, right?
Yeah.
I think, yes, I think it was donation, so it was 2 telephone poles, that's what.
Ron Coleman
Yeah.
was a big one on that.
So when you walk across that first bridge down Lord, second bridge, we're gonna take it out. Hopefully we can take that. They're steel beams.
Yeah.
They move them up top, yeah.
Okay. You know, when you said you're gonna replace those 2 runoff things off at M Road, is that what you're talking that runs into the,
Yeah, that ravine that comes underneath that, yes, ma'am. Yeah, absolutely.
that'll be nice. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's silly.
Yeah, so we replaced all landscaping timbers around the big tables and painting the park, and things were just, they were gone, we couldn't find them. We found several things when we were digging out, those weren't one of them. And tennis court cleanup, it's on our list, like I said, it's finally dried out maybe at the end of this week, but if we do it right now, Amy, while it's wet, that's gonna be a whole nother issue with, running everything, but yeah. So it's kind of prioritizing, so. Yeah, you guys got any questions or anything?
I just want to thank you guys for jumping on Valley Springs right away.
Yeah,
Especially the window grates of the bathroom. That's
yeah, they were painted, the gutters, yeah.
Thank
As
you.
long as the weather allows, we're on it, I promise you.
Piglet Park looks great too.
Thank you, yes. Now that, with that saying being said, since St. John had their field day, was that last week?
Tuesday.
Last Tuesday, and teacher, I don't know her name, but she stopped by and shook all her hands and said, thank you, because they were gonna have to move it. Like, no, we'll get it, but, and then also, now that's being said, that trail will be going in, and we had to wait for Valley Springs for Friday the 16th, I do believe.
We just had our field.
Yes, yeah, so we're waiting, and I'll be getting a hold of you on that, kind of see what we want to do, but
And I talked to Rolf Corey today, and the rest of them still, I told him it wasn't a super big hurry, but, and I told him it's still not a super big hurry, you guys had other things going, cleaning all that up.
Yep.
And he said they would probably have it done anyhow by the end of this week, first part of next week, so.
It's let myself are happy now, and I see how we're just waiting, if we got in the middle of it and rained out, just kind of looking about city and everything, so good.
And on behalf of Valley School, great school, thank you for
Yes, sir, thank you.
having us ready to go.
Yes,
Kids loved it.
Valley sent some kids out there, but we just sprayed some weed killer. I'm like, yeah, appreciate the help, but because they came
They were all at school today, so
and only had 3 fingers, but I mean, no, but they came to Pierre Marquette and did some cleanup before they came out there, so. So, any questions on opening, anything?
No, thank you very much.
thank you for all you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Good, thank you.
Thank you.
Old business, committee reports, fundraising,
Nothing yet?
trail committee,
Nothing new.
playground committee. I got an email from Kendra wanting me to do kind of a little review on it. I was going to give her a big thumbs up. She was great to work with through the whole thing and stuck there with us for years till we actually got it done. So that was on
Hey,
play.
Gary, with that being said, sorry, the black, the border, I think we had 6 pieces left, because they were damaged, but enough to where if one does go down bad, we can, piece it in, so yeah, just keep that on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I asked you this the other day when you called me. Did the timbers wash out down there on Pink Lake
Yeah,
Playground?
we couldn't find them.
On the playground?
No, playground, no, but
Okay.
all around
That was the next thought I had, if it would be, if they were or anything, replacing it with that other.
yeah, no, all the picnic tables, and we actually, there was graffiti on the picnic table stuff, so we actually just flipped the boards on them. That way the kids wouldn't be exposed to it, and clean all the playground equipment, all the graffiti off.
Bathroom committee,
Up and running.
what about the next one?
Just hold it till then.
No pun
Good
intended.
good answer.
You better catch it.
Okay. New business.
What is the goal for like where the tennis area is gonna be? Once that's cleaned up, what's gonna go there, or is it gonna be an open space?
Master plan shows a multi-purpose court.
Meeting adjourned?
So Blue's gonna go grass right now. Happy says
So in the
multiple.
future, it's supposed to be a multi-purpose court that goes in there, so it would be hockey, it wouldn't be tennis, but it would be that and just roller hockey, that kind of. goes down.
I was just thinking how hot pickleball is. If it's a space for pickleball, that would be amazing.
If you said it one time, I've heard it 100.
Oh, I'm sure you have.
Yes. Pickleball courts are like that, you know, that's
Don't they have it at the community center?
outside, not anymore, I don't think.
Oh, really?
I think, because they had them things changed, but I don't think they do it. They do it indoor pickleball league. Ms. Clump, we've been in conversation with, but outside, I don't think, don't quote me on that, but yeah, I don't think they do.
They're using the tennis courts as a modified pickleball.
Oh,
It's not an exact, that's what I'm saying. If we do something, it's gonna be the exact measurements, and that's when you draw a whole bunch of people, because it is on fire. I mean, everybody wants to play pickleball. It's gonna be in the Olympics in 3 years.
You playing? No, it's been brought to my attention as well. The tennis courts up here, or I'm sorry, the basketball court, doesn't get used that much. Could
You
you
can't turn that in.
No.
Kids use that.
Yeah, like I said, that's just been brought to my attention, so yeah, I'm just bringing your
The
attention.
truth is, if you go this way, you can have 2 courts
On the basketball.
on the basketball court.
For 3 courts.
Even
Yeah, Perryville has
like,
3 courts.
if you use the middle of the line and just put one on this side, one on this side, instead of having to use, yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, that's just been brought to my attention from, you know, people passing by, so yeah.
Maybe they can fund it.
Possible.
But that would be that could change the master plan, you know, like you said, it's gonna be multi-purpose.
Yeah.
Maybe part of it could be pickleball, the other part roller hockey, et cetera, et cetera. Again, it comes down to money.
Can we have a multi-purpose court?
I can't,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I can't talk either. But no, we already have like multi-purpose court set up.
That's what,
Down there where the
Yeah,
old
there were
tennis
the-
courts are.
But, yeah, okay.
Maybe that could be a focus on our next phase on the master plan to get that area down there.
The part that's real visible.
I
The
can't-
part that's real visible.
And then, well, that's the next section of trails heading that
Right.
way too. so.
Yeah, the engineer that we had worked on doing some surveying for us has not followed through, so I'm gonna have to contact somebody else. That was a bust.
So how many pickleball courts did you say could go into?
we, like at school, I do a pickleball unit, and we use the volleyball court, which is 60 feet, like one side is 30, one side is 30, but we have 3 nets, so we use 20, 20, 20. Even our teachers play. I mean, it is like the one activity that teachers come in and play with the kids. We run tournaments all the
No
time.
doubt, it's-
Matter of fact, we just had field day, and the most popular thing we did was pickleball. And the teachers liked it so much that we're having a little end-of-year get-together tomorrow, and they requested that we keep the pickleball nets there, so they can play tomorrow when there's no kids around beating up on them, so.
I know there's a lot of people that I know in St. Louis who play pickleball. And I mean, at my age, I'm afraid it would probably kill me to try to get up there, but I know people that are out there.
For
doing-
blood. Oh, yeah.
It's,
Well, we can have a senior citizen.
I paid to see it.
I pay to see the senior citizen.
I paid to see it.
You don't have to pay, go to the community center every day at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, they play.
They're all lined up with their elbow pads, knee pads, and they're
That's not
walking.
Well, I guess I should officially announce that Amy is our aldermanic liaison now.
Okay.
Welcome.
Ready to raise the money.
Any other new business?
Did we get the bathroom at Pickle Park? Did we put it John on the spot yet?
Yes.
Okay, I've been gone for a bit, so I'm lost.
And they anchored it down because we had problems last year with it. With it getting turned over.
So when it rains quite a bit, at least in that area, how high does the water go over and like washes everything? I noticed you said like you put 10 feet worth of whatever it is. Is it because it keeps washing off?
Yeah, have you seen, you know, the porta potty's been
In the past?
Yeah, it's about 3 to 4 foot there sometimes. They actually filled the porta potty up with mud this past time.
Come down with my backyard next time.
Well, what he was talking about,
Give me a
some,
shovel, aren't you?
Somebody got back there yet.
what he was talking about a while ago, what they cleaned up was along the creek bank. All the brush through there collected all the debris that came down the creek.
You know, it's top of my yard.
That was amazing.
I'll remind you next time.
Yeah, no,
Neighbors dumped everything into it, that's why.
yeah, we lost trash can down in the park lid. Yeah, we found, all kinds of stuff down there. AT&T pedestals that have washed from somewhere. Yeah, that's,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
I guess I've never seen it.
Me too.
Yeah.
14?
No.
No, 15.
It was. There's that, even my hay was on creek.
You have to come over now. I remember.
Okay, any other new business?
Is the pond up here clear? I haven't had a chance to look at it. Is it?
There's a little bit of algae. The pump is bad.
Okay.
So
That was my next question. We had a pump put in a few years ago. How's it keeping up? Or is it?
the fountain is, it's done, yeah. Yeah,
But I mean, I don't know how long that pump's supposed to last, but it's, when you run them that much.
Put in
that thing-
16,
Yeah, I was gonna say
Almost.
8 to 10 years, yeah.
15 or 16.
and like I said, rain all till last year till we turned it off and I went down there, pulled the brake, I checked the power, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, so that'll be replaced along, and then we put an Admiral in there, which is algae eater as well. Last year, the pond was really good, all year.
I know the high school kids used to do the loop through the park. Do they still do stuff like that? I'm so far removed because I don't really pay attention
I
anymore.
mean,
I mean, when they run.
No, like when do the kids after school, before school, it used to be a big get together and.
Oh.
I graduated 99, and quit about 2000, so.
Okay, I did not know.
Because they used to go down and do
So
the
you're the reason why, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just curious if kids are still kids.
I graduated 14, about 14 years old.
I haven't drove by to the park in a long time. Well, when the kids are out of school, but I know I used to go by and they were sitting under the pavilions and sitting there talking and doing whatever.
any other new business? Any other business? I take it there was a budget amendment?
Yes,
on it?
you noticed.
I noticed.
So we finally got all the bills in for the bathroom. That was taking a while to get all of that process. So once we got all that and figured out what the numbers were and compared it with what we had in ARPA, we were able to amend the agenda. The board didn't do that until early this month or the last meeting last month. So we hadn't had it put into the budget yet. So you'll see new numbers in the 8,000 and the 8040 lines. So there's a little bit of spending money that you have for certain items. And we can move, it doesn't have to be landscaping improvements, we can use it for infrastructure.
I guess I should have asked this question earlier. Did benches get ordered?
Yes, they did. They are on their way, but we don't have a date yet.
Okay.
And we have talked to Shirley Club. She bought the one that has the inscription on it. So she wanted to be up by the playground. So what we got with her and looked at it, she wants to be on the west side. If you look at the playground, she'd be on the right. We thought we would put the other 3 equidistant around the playground. So if you want to order more of them, or whatever you want to do, you're thinking between now and the end of the budget year.
Talking about that playground, I can't remember.
Yeah, the new
Yes.
The new one, yeah. And be thinking about what you want to do in the next budget year, because we're going to start working on budget next month.
Is the rent for the AT&T tower still the same amount? Is that like a fixed for?
Yeah,
Okay.
for
How long that contract is.
I didn't know whether-
10 years?
Yeah, 10, 15 years, something like that. I keep having people want to buy it, but,
You know, all that stuff.
Whatever word. So I guess, is it this negotiable, negotiable contract whenever it comes due?
whatever it comes to.
What'd you say, if you want to buy it?
I have people that call, these companies call and they want to buy your contract. Because they're looking at it out in the, way in the
Way in the
future.
future.
Yeah.
And for us, it's like, it's just not worth it. We want that income every year to be able to utilize, so.
Did we end up doing something for Mr. Roth as far as the golf?
The country, oh, we did.
Oh,
They did.
I was just curious, was something done in his honor?
Yeah, they did.
They did do, okay, they did do
I
something.
think they planted a tree, didn't they?
I think,
Of the country, I
And
thought.
in memory of J. Ross.
Yes, I don't know if there's any signage, I think a lot of that's just on every,
I
I thought you said something they were gonna do, a little sign or a plaque or something.
Yeah, I thought that.
They was thinking about it.
On that note, right out between the house and the pavilion, there's a tree that we planted right back around 22, maybe before that, probably before that. But anyhow, it's a linden tree. It was a tree that a sprout was taken from the Linden House downtown. Al Kaiser took them and nursed them and got them to grow to a seedling. And he donated and wanted it planted in the park. So we brought it up and he picked the spot and we planted the tree. And it has taken off, it's 10 feet tall now. I'd like to do something, put a sign in memory of him.
We should, yeah.
Wonderful idea.
John can go in more in on the linden tree if anybody under wants to, but it's a pretty special kind of tree. And like I said, it was taken from there and he nursed it and we brought it up there and it survived.
So when people are planting these trees, right, are they, you know what I'm talking about, are they putting like, all right, so in memory of blah, 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 are they putting like the genus and species and all that stuff of the tree on there? So it's like, you know, like, so if you're walking through like Missouri Botanical Gardens, for example, you walk through there and it has, here's a tree, whatever kind of tree it is, it's kind of an educational thing as well as a memorial.
Sure. It's easy to do.
Yeah,
You're right.
We don't have any done yet, so.
Well, no, and I'm just bringing that up for
That's a
future.
good idea.
Yeah, it's a very good.
And I don't know if we have,
We'll talk about it.
when we do these plaques, is there like a certain place that we get them to, so that they're like all uniform?
Right.
You know, where like you go get one, you might have a few daisies on it.
It's a plain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Sorry, it just popped into my head.
Yeah, no, but I mean, that's, I think what you're trying to say, and then that way we follow that template.
Right,
And
exactly.
everybody has the same thing. so
Well, it's kind of what we
everyone looks the
just
same.
did with the benches. was that-
Right, and then, right.
The same idea.
Everything's nice and uniform.
Standard.
Right. Okay, sorry.
I think the idea of something for Mr. Kaiser is a wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
Very good,
Absolutely.
yeah. He was, among other things, a great gardener.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I also think that maybe the park board should do something for J. Roth as well, because he was on the park
Yeah,
board.
he was.
And he did love this park, and I can always ask Mickey, I mean, I know he loved pecan trees, and I think that was the tree that got planted for him,
Yeah.
because
I
he
think so.
is a big lover of pecan trees. And, I think we could maybe put a bench too. Because him and
bench
Mickey
is
started
fine.
walking a lot in the park, and maybe find a spot. I know up there by the, I don't know what hole it is up there, by those pretty white pine trees. There used to be a bench up there because it's at the top of the hill and also a shade right
And you
there
can look down in,
to that one.
through the clearing.
Yeah, I think that would
That'd be a good place to.
I think we just need some more benches because you also mentioned we need some more in Hinkley Park too. There's no benches around that playground, except that one where so
There's a couple of them on the backside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
by
there's
the
one over.
playground.
Well, the one got worse closer to the playground.
Yeah, we just flipped it around, so there's no. Yeah.
Has anything been looked at about addressing that washout back there? Did that get a lot worse than this?
I haven't looked at you.
Trying to come by Kevin Curtis' old place.
Yeah, where that bench was
Yeah,
sitting back there?
that's heat now a little bit, but I mean, I don't really,
Yeah, we haven't addressed it with putting riprap or shot rock or anything back there.
yeah.
I don't know how much it has moved in the past few years.
Yeah, I mean, it's moving, but like I said, happy to myself have been in talks about it, but. Oh, also, but I think it's a white pine over here, John, you may know, but this whole across the street, there's three, I think they're white pines, I may be butchering this, but there's a disease on them, Jeff said. You look at them, it's white all around them, and it's killed the tree out. So he wanted to bring up if he's worried about it getting on to the other two next to it. So you guys may want to consider taking it down. John,
I'll look at it.
yeah, but yeah, he looked it up, and I'll be lying to you if I said something, but yeah.
I think that's where we're talking about benches sitting too. That's about the only place I know.
Across the street, shooting up toward the towers.
Yeah, because that's the only place there's white pines. Well, that'd be a shame because those are pretty pines.
Is our golf course, does it have a name? You know what I'm saying?
Besides St. Genevieve Disc Golf.
TPC St. Genevieve or something? No.
Or something.
I mean, I don't.
We were just wondering if it would be fitting.
SGDG, St. Gen Disc Golf, that's what Jeff runs the league up here, and that's what it is.
That's probably just the league.
Yeah, but they got a name, I don't know. Yeah, so.
I guess I don't know if it's already in the park. He was thinking maybe having it named after Jeff.
Jerry Roth.
Jay?
J. Roth.
J. Roth.
J. Roth Disc Golf.
But I don't know.
And on hole one, or whichever one, whatever, you can even ask his wife, Mickey, what was his favorite hole? And put a little plaque, J. Roth. I don't know, I'm just thinking, because he single-handedly, along with his buddy, put that thing together.
I don't know.
And that's the least, I think, if we can do that, if it's possible to do so, I say we do that.
There's no name, it just, I just Googled it, it just says disc golf, so, you know.
I mean, Dave Binkley was a big part, and we named a park after him, and Jerry was a big part up here. I say, why not?
Maybe we should talk to Jeff, get with him,
Yeah,
see his ideas.
I'll say if I have any input, Jeff and Jay work
Yeah.
together a lot up here, so I think you would have a lot of input on it.
Just a suggestion, I think it would be,
That'd be nice.
it'd be nice to do so. Just thinking out loud, that's all.
Steve would probably, Steve Hope would probably,
Yeah, Steve.
because he was one of the
He was one of-
instigators in it, and I think, you know, that would be great to have. the
Happy, is there any
memorial
plans over the summer for the use of the city park? I mean, is the 4th of July gig still in place? Is anything,
June 28th,
June
the
28th?
fireworks,
June 28th.
Saturday before.
And is this building used for anything other than our first meeting? Or maybe you guys had one here last month, I didn't know.
No, we didn't.
So what else is this used for?
It's a staging area for public works, for the parks guys.
Yeah, Jeff and Forrest, they report up here, that's where they come from, we got storage in the basement, but yeah, it's,
Oh, Corey, I'm gonna go to Menards and pick up that split rail fence that's going over here at the entrance where you pull the bushes out,
yes,
store it downstairs.
that's fun.
It'll be 5, 6 posts and 10 rails.
Do we have any? Let me ask Jeff, we may have some split rail left over from Gates Park.
I don't think there was, I think he was saying about it, it was still available, about extending it back for it or something.
Okay.
This might look better if it's all the same.
Yeah, that's fine. Go.
All the same.
But Menards has it in stock, so, be 10 rails and 6 posts.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it wouldn't be a very big problem.
And that's obviously on our list as well. It's just been wet.
Got something?
No,
I thought you were looking like you wanted to.
no, I want to thank you for finding that, because I didn't know where it was. Menards, good place, I guess. I never go there.
Oh,
Good place to go there.
Anybody else have any other business?
I know, is it a food store or is it a clothing store?
Do we need to do anything on the motion or that on that tree, or just
On the,
dedicating that to,
Al Kaiser.
Al Kaiser?
I mean, make it official, yeah, if you do a motion.
I make a motion, we plant a tree in honor of Mr. Kaiser.
It's already there.
He's there. He's talking about doing a flag.
We recognize
I
Al.
recognize the tree that came from Al Kaiser.
I'll second that.
You first said it.
Boy, you miss a couple meetings and look what happened.
No, I just love Mr. Kaiser so much that he's taught my kids.
He's very instrumental in the
years, so I've known him forever.
A lot of things.
Had a lot of dealings with him.
It's hard for me to say.
So we have a motion to recognize the linden tree in name of Al Kaiser.
Yeah, that sounds good. It's a big plaque.
I have a motion.
Second.
I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Could I ask the city officials to design a standardized plate so that when the next tree that we want to designate comes up, that they look like they're in the same town? And is that a hard thing to do, or?
I think it's just because of we don't do them very much.
I know.
Remembering where you put that information, and it can be difficult.
Well, that's the
There's this thing nowadays that's called a computer.
Where do we get our plaques for the benches?
Those are cash benches.
Do I?
This one was engraved in the bench. It's not black.
Well, I know that Cody Tees does plaques and trophies and stuff like that.
Does he still
That
do
might.
Does he still do that?
Yes.
Okay.
He hasn't.
Let me do a little research and see
That's
what we can come
what
up
I'm
with.
saying.
So I think it ought to be like some kind of
Like
a
cast a little.
bronze
Yeah.
cast plaque.
It's not that hard.
That's-
You
Just-
know, they're not that expensive.
And maybe explain about the linden tree and
Yeah, you know.
in just a few words.
Yeah, very few words.
Yeah.
But, you know, at least the name, the scientific name and the common name.
Right.
And then, you know, in honor of Al Kaiser,
Right.
maybe one sentence to donated so many, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
And I think you could, about 16 inches by 8 or 9 is about right. You can do it all, and if you get it much smaller than that, you can't really see it. And if it's much bigger than that, it becomes kind of clunky. And we experimented a lot with that at Tower Grove Park, and you can find a good solution, and they're not that expensive.
Yeah.
They're not, right.
If you were to guess, how much would it cost?
Well, all my information is old, and it might have changed, but we were getting them for less than $100.
Yeah, I'd say it'd be probably 150 now.
Something like
And is
that.
there a possibility too that we could do a standardized tree identification, what it is, scientific blah, blah, and then because it's who he was, have an additional stand-up plaque with a little bit of, you know, like this size,
So if
explaining.
you want to go that,
Okay, just a question.
I mean, I'm just saying-
Instead of trying to cram it, because if we want those plaques to all be uniform throughout the park,
right.
then Al Kaiser's name wouldn't be on the next one or, I think like you said, you just look into it and figure out what you're gonna say on it, but definitely the name of the tree.
Well, and if it was a plaque you were just putting on to identify a tree with that, you know, it could be the same type of plaque, but smaller.
Right.
You know.
There's always a temptation to want to put more words than really are very helpful 10 years down the road. But it is important to get some few very good words.
Sure, right.
Well chosen
I
words.
agree.
Let it go.
Come up with something standardized, and we can
Yeah.
shop around and find.
And then you would need a bigger one if you do one in memory of Somers Ugabi.
Well,
You have to have it bigger just for the name.
if he does it, I'm gonna have like 18 first names. And a lot of space, so it
Don't let me do it.
Yeah.
Any other business?
Motion to adjourn.
Got a motion, a second, all in favor?
I part of
Opposed? Motion carries.